Okay. Oh, we're live. Oh,
Yep.
there we go. There we go. Hey everyone. Welcome to Real Estate Side Hustles Lab Coat Agents Volume Dose because it was so popular. We had to do it again. Hope everyone's doing well. Tristan, is it just me or Stacy, is Tristan's video kind of blurry a little bit?
A little blurry.
Let
me see if I can switch my internet.
No, it just got better.
Oh, it got better?
No, now it's better. There we go.
It's about
it takes time.
Receive.
Listen, I'm in the West Coast, so everything's slower here. Relax, guys.
I thought the West Coast was the best coast.
It is, but we're slow.
I just want everyone to know I'm very caffeinated this morning.
That's good.
I had 2 Celsiuses for breakfast.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah. Well, I needed my caffeine for the gym, and now I'm drinking a Tim Hortons iced sugar-free vanilla latte. If you guys drop in the chat if you have Tim Hortons where you are, because it's a Canadian company and they're only really in like Canada and Michigan.
Well, that means everyone Canadian and from Michigan will
definitely. Yeah, I want to see who's.
I don't even know what the hell Tim Hortons is, dude.
It's like a better Dunkin' Donuts.
Is it?
Yes. Oh my god, dude.
Do they only do coffee or do they do
coffee, food, sandwiches, wraps, egg sandwiches.
Oh, look at that. We've got, it says
oh yeah, they got them in Ohio too, because Ohio's close to Canada. They're in New York. We're in New York. It must be like upstate New York. It's not New York City.
Oh
yeah, probably Buffalo.
Yeah, probably.
So, Stacey, do you have one in your town or no?
I don't know. I only know where the Starbucks is. It's less than a mile from my house. That's my biggest problem.
The Starbucks is 3 miles from my house, so we made sure of that. Hey, everyone, let's introduce Stacy because she's kind of like not a regular face on Lab Coat Agents. So Stacy is a friend of ours. She's a mega agent in South Carolina.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina? I got Carolina right.
South Carolina, because we're right there on the line.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. I'm a guest moderator today. Super excited to learn. Been in the industry since 2011. We've sold over 2,600 homes, and I'm excited about this panel today. All these amazing lineups. I'm here to learn.
Yeah, basically. We have a lot of great stuff for you today. Tristan, you want to introduce yourself? Because you don't really show yourself very much on Lab Coat Agents.
Listen, I'm Tristan out of Los Angeles, Ventura County, Southern California. I'm not as caffeinated as Nick Baldwin today. I've only had 1 cup of coffee.
Amateur.
My Hogwarts cup. And that's I'm just excited to be here. By the way, we interviewed Stacy, and I'm looking for that interview because it was really good. So when
it was on the podcast. So go to the YouTube channel under podcasts, you'll see it.
You are definitely caffeinated.
Go to Lab Coat Agents YouTube channel, click on podcasts. You'll see Stacy's episode there. It's great because her CRM used to be cans of popsicle sticks. And we're going to leave you hanging with that because it gets better from there. She doesn't use popsicle sticks anymore. I'm Nick Baldwin. I'm here in Michigan, co-founder of Lab Coat Agents as well with Tristan, and we are ready to rock and roll. We have a lot of stuff today, so let's jump in with the first one. Should we just introduce Josh?
Let's go. Let's bring Josh in.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Josh, what's up? Josh Kuchar. Did I pronounce it right? I just want to make sure. Okay, cool. Because before we went live, we weren't sure how to pronounce your name, but now we know. He's Chief Revenue Officer of Shawami. See, it's just
wait. Did he say it right, Josh?
He did.
Okay.
He did.
We practiced.
We didn't go with Forma, didn't go with ShamWow. We got Shawami right on.
Yeah, it's kind of like the ShamWow of real estate side hustles. Just kidding. Shawami. Josh is dedicated to empowering real estate professionals, and he's got over 4 years experience at the company. He's the driving force behind, well, take all the credit, why don't you, Josh? The driving force behind its revenue growth, well, excuse us, and the development of innovative solutions for agents. And Shawami's cool because Shawami's like home showings on demand. I feel would it be insulting if I said it was like Uber for showings, or is that an insult?
Not insulting at all. Actually,
Okay,
that's
good.
something that we went for when we first started. Was we wanted to be that. We wanted to have the gig economy kind of feel to showings.
Awesome. So explain a little bit about what Showami is. So and then we'll jump into it.
Yeah, so Showami is an on-demand agent solution. So as Nick mentioned, we help with showings, but far more than that, we work on both sides of the transactions, those that need help and those that can help. Whether it's open houses, lockbox running, and various tasks in real estate, we are there to be your assistants.
Matt came in. He says,
Matt can't be here because he's got the flu.
I know, but
So he's just popping in. He's just trolling the chat right now. That's really
total troll. Boot that guy. If he was in the group, if he was in the Lab Coat Agents group, he'd be booted right out.
What's up,
so,
Matt?
So tell us what I love about Showami is, and then I know you have a presentation, so we'll jump into that. But what I love about it is like, for agents who maybe they're solo agents, maybe they, just have, maybe it's one agent with like an admin and a TC, and maybe they're trying to make that jump to like hire, a showing agent, but they're not ready to do that.
Yeah, it fills that gap, right? If it makes it so that you don't have to make the jump to hiring somebody completely on board. So you can get to that scaling point right there, right before in that sweet spot. Additionally, I think one of the other key elements that a lot of people miss is that ability to then jump to different regions too. So I live in Florida. Miami and Tampa aren't too far away. They're about a 2-hour drive. And if I know that area because I previously lived there, that ends up also becoming an optimal market for me.
Hey, I'm back. I got disconnected there for a second. So what I was saying wasn't important at all anyway. So
don't worry. We heard the important piece.
I just tried to take over for you. I figured it was a cat.
Oh, what I was saying was like, it's kind of like a showing agent on demand. I mean, that's essentially what it is. Like if you don't want to hire a showing agent, you don't want to hire a buyer agent, you could just use Showami and it's great.
Nick, you are now limited to 1 cup of coffee per day. So
I thought he was doing a finish my sentence and just paused.
That's what I thought he did too. That's why I took right over.
Okay, I'll stop drinking my latte. Sorry.
Crack me up.
All right, go ahead.
I'm actually on a caffeine-free diet, so I am like totally jealous right now of that. But anyway, guys, yeah. So if you're thinking about what use cases you have for Showami and being showing assistants being how we first started, and now what we've kind of escalated into is various tasks. We really just want to be your on-demand agents. That ability to have somebody when you're not available to take care of various tasks. And if you are looking for an awesome side hustle that still keeps you in that real estate game, where you're still looking busy, where you're still doing things that help your career, this is a great opportunity for you. And I'm so excited. Thank you all for joining us today.
Well, let's help us understand the 2 different opportunities, because the one opportunity is if I need an agent, you're going to help me find the right agent to show the property that I need to be shown. The other side of this is what we're all listening here for, is the opportunity to possibly make some money, right? Mm-hmm. So take us through the opportunities that we have here on this screen.
Sure. So we've got home showings. So that's asking another agent to simply open the door. This isn't giving an opinion of price, condition, or quality, because what we don't want is agency being transferred. It is still with that initiating agent. Open houses in 99% of the US, all except for LA, you can have another agent, or at least from our knowledge, sit in and assist in an open house for you. So having somebody else go in so that you keep your time, you keep your clients happy. Rental tours, we opened it up to if you have landlord clients. So if you've got people that are renting out properties or buying investment properties, you can also introduce them into our rental tour program for landlords, property managers, and the like. And then we've got condition reports and walkthroughs. These are simply, a lot of these are walking through and taking photos of properties. And then the more section, we've seen a couple of lockbox runners also come into play.
I think it's super important to point out that the home showings, you mentioned something earlier, like it's not a transfer of agency relationship or anything like that. So I think it's important for the agent who's using Showami to really have that conversation with their buyer and to set that expectation. Say, hey, I'm setting up a showing with you. The agent that you're going to be with is not technically representing you. I'm still representing you. So any questions you have while you're there, just take a note of those and let's talk afterwards. You know what I mean? It's very important to set that expectation.
That's a good point. Everyone listening in, could you just do me a favor? Let me know if you've heard of Showami, Showami or Showami. What do you want, Matt? Josh? Showami or Showami?
Showami.
Showami. All right. Have you heard of Showami? Yes or no? Just so we go. No, yes, 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 no, yes. Go and let us know. All right, Josh. What else you got for us as we're hearing yeses and nos?
Sure. So since this is about side gigs, I thought let's jump into how much you typically make on these and what other opportunities, aside from obviously the showing part of this, is there available in Showami. So yes, the minimum that you would ever get paid for a task is $28 in Showami. That is not the average though. The average usually is $41.85. That is because typically people tipping based off of whether you stay late, whether you provide great feedback, great information. Those relationships are big. And I'm going to jump into opportunities for those relationships is again part of Showami. You end up building relationships with other agents in that area that are requesting these showings, saying like, hey, I can actually be your go-to person. Here's some information, give extra, and really kind of go beyond just the showing. We put on here some other opportunities, like you gain market knowledge. So if you're new to an area, I had a great agent that moved from Las Vegas to Jacksonville, Florida, and didn't know Jacksonville nearly as much. So what did they do? They started picking up showings on Showami. They got to see the homes in the area and get paid to do it. So this was kind of that beautiful little experience that comes in there. For our newer agents, this is obviously new to get that experience in actually showing homes. And then, this fills those gaps. And last but not least, we did partner with Tether this last year. So anybody who is a Showami user that is active will also get access to Tether Safety app.
So how does it work? Maybe you're going to go on to this next, but you're paying the fee, and who decides the fee? Is it like a negotiable fee? Is it set by the agent who's reaching out to get the showing? Who's it set by? Is it set by the agent who's showing the property?
Sure. So it begins with the agent that's initiating the request. So the person that's saying, hey, I need help in this area, will set that price. Now, the person who goes to pick it up can rebuttal and pick a different price as well. So they can sit down and go, hey, that's not enough. I've got 2 tolls and a 30-minute drive to go pick this up. I will only do it for this amount. And then agent that initiated can either accept that or see if somebody else will pick it up for their original price.
What's the highest amount you've ever seen someone charge?
I've seen a $210 request come through.
Wow, dude. Wow. And they got that?
For showing?
Yes, this is for a showing. And I do have a client that initiates these for 140 on average in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, because for anybody to get to that property, it is an automatic 45-minute drive. So they understand that. They said,
they're like talking about gas and all the things.
Saying, yeah, this is going to be a good amount of your time. So I'm willing to invest in that time. So they sit down and they do those, that amount specifically.
And is that per property?
That was a per property, yes.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay. So go ahead, Stacy.
All right. Can users, I have so many questions. I'm very excited about this. I think it's much needed in the industry. Can users pick their person? Is there a way to sort by who you like that you've done business with before? Or do you still put in your request and then somebody grabs it?
After you found a couple people that you like, you can heart them afterward, and then you can actually ask for them to get a head start. It's not giving it to them only, because what happened was when we actually did something like that, if that agent wasn't available, then it never got picked up. So we were like, okay, we should just give them a 10-minute head start when the average pickup.
It's like your favorites list.
Exactly.
Well, here's another one for you guys because we've been using them. Mark Rader on my team uses them all the time. But we're about to launch our brokerage with this, which means when our brokerage has a request in an area that we work in, it goes to our agents first, and then
that's a good idea.
Yeah, right. And then for 10 minutes goes by, we can have the option that it goes to everyone else in the area if your brokerage is okay with that, right? But I love that feature.
Exactly. That's part of our brokerage solution. And that is even in our free brokerage solution. So whether you're paid or not, that is available for your agents to get a head start.
There's a couple good questions in the chat. Stacey, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, it goes along with that 1099 question. How do agents pay the people that are helping them? Does that go through the app or is it separate, like you Zelle or Venmo, the people helping?
That all goes through the app. So we take care of that. And at the end of the year, to answer your 1099 question, the minute somebody hits $400 in our system, we have a trigger to send them the paperwork to get that 1099 filled out.
Okay, that's awesome. And so how quickly does a Xiaomi agent need to respond in order to get a job that pops up? Because you said you can give preferred people a heads up. But I guess how long does a request stay out there?
Not very long. The average pickup times are around 3 minutes.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yes. So these go quick. And the way that it works is it goes to about 20 agents every 5 minutes until it gets picked up.
Stacey says she'll be right back. She's downloading the app.
Let's go.
I'm downloading the app.
We'll talk afterward and get you guys set up on your brokerage.
Awesome. Thank you.
We have a complaint about Xiaomi. It's not really that big of a deal. The requirement to log in so frequently, is there a way to keep the app open to store information? Or is that something with Loretta's phone that she's having an issue with?
So we did launch this year single sign-on, which should make that a little bit faster and easier. And on top of that, we are improving on that cookie-based system. There are a few updates coming out on the app to make it so that it goes a little bit quicker for you. And that login can be more bypassed.
Loretta, your wishes have been granted.
Yes. The first part's there. So the single sign-on is there. The next part is coming in the next couple months.
And just to reiterate really quick, this is free for agents to sign on and receive showing opportunities, right?
Correct. It is absolutely free to sign up.
Perfect.
So like how much, I mean, listen, the idea is to sell homes, right? Like this wouldn't ideally be someone's full-time job, but maybe it would be, right? Like how much could someone make? You know what I mean? Like if they did this full-time, like
what do those 1099s look like? I might just,
you know what I mean?
Could I make enough to buy 7 cups of coffee daily? That's my big question.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, on your point, I'll jump straight to this one.
Oh, wow.
We have
holy
agents that have made $82,000 in a year. Now, this is not every agent, just so you know. These are agents that have been with us for a long period of time. They've built up a relationship with a lot of agents in that area, so they're preferred and get those head starts. And they're pretty much doing this full time. And they're in a very densely populated area. Like I know one of these is in Atlanta for sure.
He's talking about me, guys. See, I have a hat.
Tristan,
that's I made 82,000. I'm joking. It's not me.
Tristan's their number one agent.
I'm the number.
And so, and to give you guys an idea, like
you wear that hat when you go show property too.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
We've paid out over $13 million to agents and brokerages
to
pay the agent, right? So
my team members are going to be quitting and joining this. Get over
right.
Well, do both.
Yes, sorry, Stacey. I'm leaving the team. I'm going to Xiaomi full time.
Amazing.
Of course, it depends on what level you're at, right?
Yeah,
when we look at how much an agent typically makes per hour, and you look at what an agent on Xiaomi could make on an hourly basis doing this, it actually we pay pretty darn well when you take a look at the numbers. Yes, it takes you a little bit of gas and a little bit of time to get there, but it definitely it pays out for sure.
So Jackie in the chat is asking, how do you guys make money?
I know similar to Nick compared us to Uber. That's actually identical to how we operate. So
Okay.
we do take a little bit when it comes to a request. So if a $50 request comes in, a certain amount will go to Xiaomi and a certain amount goes to the agent.
Gotcha. Okay, so there's no monthly fee or anything.
No monthly.
Okay, that's awesome. That's
There's
good.
optional upgrades, but if you want to sign up and show homes or you want to request showings, by all means, you can go on and still do that for free.
You know,
How
the thing
awesome would this be, like, if you're at a listing consultation? You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of show your value. You know, like, look at this cool technology. Is that something you were going to talk about?
I wasn't, but that is actually what agents are doing. They're saying, like, I can be available when I'm not available. That is, look, I can be available when I'm on a cruise to the Caribbean. I'm traveling to Spain. I'm doing this. I'm still available, but not directly me. Somebody else,
An extension of you,
of my team, can do it. Yes.
I love that. That's such a good idea. And the open house thing is great too, because if you're a single agent, let's say you have like a couple open houses in a weekend, you can't be two places at once. And maybe you don't want to do them back to back. I love the open house option. That's pretty sweet.
Well, one of my favorite, fun facts about Xiaomi, the number one day that Xiaomi open houses are requested, could you guys guess? It is a weekend day, and it's a very specific day of the year. This is a fun quiz.
What's the question again?
What your answers in the comments? Let me know, what day of the year do you think is the most requested open house coverage?
Like a specific day?
Specific
day. I
like
think
not like a date or like a day of the week.
A specific date.
4th of July.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, January 2nd, Mother's Day.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl.
Stacy said 4th of July.
St. Patrick's Day.
I don't know why. I've needed help on the 4th of July before.
I've heard a lot of people saying Super Bowl.
And that is the correct answer.
Wow.
Super Bowl. Wow.
So if your team is in it and you're invited to one of your clients' parties, the last thing you want to be doing is hosting an open house. But for some reason, that's one of the most requested days for open houses. If your team's not in it. So we've seen that Super Bowl is by far the most popular day of the year for only open houses. Showings, dead silent.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Houses through the roof. So that's a little fun fact for you guys.
So I love this because you can make real money with this.
You can, if you're in a good area and you build a good rapport. Absolutely.
I love that.
But to that point, something we do want to always note is that, I gotta get the correct.
Wait, do you do inspection? Can you have someone at an inspection?
They will walk through an inspector. So they can go in and, help walk that inspector through the property.
Okay.
So that, if you're out of town and you got closing in 2 weeks and you want to get that inspector through, absolutely, you can do that.
Okay, you can do that. Okay, great.
I have a question. That slide actually made me think of it. So some brokerages make you use the same brokerage to do these duties. Is there a way when you ask to say like who you're with so that hopefully somebody of your same brokerage can grab it?
Sure. Yeah. So that's exactly why we went to this slide. I wanted to make sure we covered this regardless. Guys, every state, every brokerage has different needs or different pieces that they're looking for. And so make sure, you talk to your broker. But to your point, we can keep it as a closed solution. So only agents within a specific brokerage can't pick up showings. I do say that this is a very cautious way to do things because as you do that, you limit the pool of availability. You're relying on those team members to be available. You're relying on them to have signed up, created their account, and be ready to pick up those positions. So your odds significantly decrease on getting things picked up.
What about like let's say you're with like a large, franchise brokerage, and maybe it's not just like your specific brokerage, but like maybe there's like multiple brokerages of the brokerage that you're associated with. Can you do that?
So you're talking like a mega brand? Absolutely, yes.
So like, let's say there's like 10 Keller Williamses like in the radius of where I live.
Sure.
What if I only wanted the message to go to Keller Williams agents and not like Century 21 or Remax or whatever?
To do that, they would all have to get onto that brokerage solution.
Gotcha. So that would be difficult. I
Yes.
gotcha.
I
Okay.
don't know. Sounds like a good expansion opportunity.
Yeah. I
Sounds
guess
amazing.
if you own multiple offices, yeah, that could work.
I will tell you, we've had brokerages close it in a very densely populated area with over 2,000 agents, closed it off, did the whole solution, and they still were having trouble getting them picked up.
Huh.
So, and I'm talking, we were talking, this was in Florida, and it was only 3 cities in Florida they were operating. And they still, because the reason somebody usually needs help is because it's in an area where nobody in the office can help. And so
Yeah.
that's a big
Makes sense. That makes sense. Vicky's asking, are you in Canada?
Vicky, we are not in Canada just yet, but there is pre-signups going on for Canada.
Oh, cool. And would they just scan that and sign up?
They
or-
would visit shawami.ca.
So when do you expect to be moving out there to Canada?
That is fully going to depend on how many more of these pre-signups we're looking at.
Okay.
So we're hoping by end of year. If not, it would be very, very early next year that we would launch.
So if you're from Canada and you're on this call, go to the Canadian Shawami website and request it. Let's get it going.
Yes, the more of these requests, the more people we see signing up ahead of time, the quicker we're going to start moving.
Did you already say this? How many people are using your app? How many agents are actively accepting duties?
Oh, we did it. We have over 200,000 agents currently on Shawami today.
Woo.
How many?
200,000.
Wow, that's awesome.
Larry, EXP is not officially signed up, but there are a whole bunch of EXP agents on this. I'm trying to connect Shawami to EXP. I'm going to connect Leo to Matt and Josh at Inman in about 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens, Larry.
So stay tuned, Larry. There are various brokerages within EXP that are creating those brokerage solutions. So do reach out to your broker to see if they are part of those.
I'm assuming you're in Michigan.
I am in Michigan, yes.
Okay, awesome.
Casey, yes, your
Yeah.
whole brokerage is completely signed up. Yes, Epic is 100% signed up. So guys, again, talk to your broker. There's a couple that we already know that are fully signed up and some that are still signing up to this day. We've got another one launching next week, actually.
Well, if you go to the Shawami website,
Mhm.
and at the top, if you go to shawami.com and click showing agent coverage, there's a pretty cool map that tells you based on an address that you enter,
exactly how many agents are in that area that can pick up the showing request, not even just those requesting.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yes. When we're very transparent about not only our coverage, but you can also visit the site to see the pricing calculator. So how much you would make per showing or how much is going to the agent on every request.
I'm so intrigued, not to put you on the spot, but hey, you're here. So what's been one of your biggest challenges with scaling your business?
Sure. So I think that the biggest challenge is that certain states do require that you pay the brokerage. And a lot of brokers aren't really liking that because they don't want to deal with the second part of accounting and distributing these micro transactions. So we do have those solutions in place, but I would say that that has become one of the biggest sort of hurdles that we've had to overcome.
Perfect. When did you establish this company?
We are now 9 years old, so 2008.
It's amazing.
No, 8. That's 2000. Yeah, I think maybe. Yeah, we're 8 years old.
Wow.
2018. Got it.
We hit our 10-year anniversary is in November of this year. So,
Oh, 2016. There you go. Thanks, Matt.
yes.
What's your user goal for the year? Number of users?
Our number of users? So that's going to depend on if we end up launching into Canada this year.
Mhm.
That would change our numbers completely. So I know that we're looking at adding between 50 and 100,000 more agents this year.
Wow.
Wow.
Larry said, did you mention that people are using Shawami for open houses unpaid? I don't know.
Oh no, there's still being paid for open houses.
Is the price for an open house different?
Yes. So the way that we kind of work with those requesting them is that you kind of think about it per hour that you're requesting this agent. Usually it's between $25 and $35. So if you are hoping or wanting that agent to keep the leads that come in that are unrepresented, usually it's about $20-25 an hour.
Oh, okay.
If you said, I want a spreadsheet of all those leads that come in, then you can request for a little bit more.
I love that you can decide, like, as a perk to give those open house visitor contact information to the person who is hosting it for you. That's cool.
Yes. We figured that we've kind of had both requests, so we said it's good to just leave everybody happy.
So Matt, your co-founder there in the chat who's trolling us.
He's so delayed. You see this guy?
Yeah.
Said he was sick.
He's correcting everything. He's correcting everything you're saying. He says $50 for the first hour and $25 for each additional, and leads are negotiated between the agents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
There's another way to handle it. Yes.
I love that. Great questions. Josh, you can jump into the chat. You don't have to leave now that your session's over, but you can jump in there. There'll probably be a whole bunch of other questions there for you.
Yeah, and how can they reach out to Josh or Shawami, like, if they want, like, maybe they don't want to just go to the site. Maybe they just want to have some more info.
Yeah, if you want to talk to me directly, hit me up on LinkedIn. Just look up Josh Kuchar. I can promise you I'm the only one out there. And then additionally, if you're looking at more information on Shawami, visit our site at shawami.com directly. And or if you saw those wonderful QR codes, scan the QR codes. They will take you to the home site and still get you access to that $10 perk. It'll give you $10 off your first request, or when you are showing agent, get an additional $10 on your first pickup.
Sweet. Love it.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for doing this.
So much for having me, guys.
And thanks for being the person that created Shawami, okay? No thanks to Matt.
No thanks to Matt. He's not here, so he doesn't take any of that credit. Stacey, Nick, it was good to meet you both. Tristan, good seeing you again, man.
Thank you so much.
Bye. See you, buddy.
Okay. That was awesome. He just blew my mind.
Right?
Well, what? I'm going to ask Matt. Hey, Matt, since you're at home sick, send me a Shawami hat, buddy. Come on. Let's go. Let's do it.
I'll connect you.
I love hats. Give us all hats. We'll wear them around. We'll help get you
I'll just rock it all day long.
100,000 users. Let's go.
That's so funny.
So who's next? You want to go for this one, Tristan? Do you have
Mr. Greg? We got Greg here. What's up, Greg? We see you.
Wareham.
Hey, good morning, everyone, or afternoon, depending on where you're at.
Wow, Greg had more caffeine than me.
I'm trying to tone it down a little bit.
Oh, you are. You're not doing such a good job.
I also dropped the ball on sending a hat as another side note. Now I know.
I mean, we're going to have to kick you off. That
was one of the conditions, Greg.
I don't make the rule.
Oh, you're so funny. All right, Greg, give us a quick intro as to who you are, how long you've been in the business, and what we're looking at here.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Greg Wareham. I work with the Federal Savings Bank, and I'm a national manager for their program that's called a Dual Employed Banker program. It's really the perfect bolt-on opportunity for real estate agents to earn compensation compliantly from the mortgage side of their business. I've been in the industry since 1997, and during that time, I've always worked exclusively with real estate agents. Me and my teams have. So when the law changed back in 2022, allowing a real estate agent to get compensated on the mortgage side of the business as well as the real estate side of the business for the same transaction, immediately thought, all right, what's the opportunity there and how do we carve it out? So we've really been able to carve out a tremendous opportunity for the right real estate agents.
I love that. What have you seen has been the adoption for that in the industry?
That's a great question, Tristan. So it's challenging for the industry as a whole when I look at the mortgage side of the coin. So if you are a real estate professional that's trying to get your mortgage license, you got one of two ways that you can go about doing it. You can go take the 20-hour course, pass the state test, and then you have your mortgage license and you go work for any mortgage company. However, the big challenge is having the time to take the 20-hour course, study 20 hours for the test. The flip side of that is if you work with a federally chartered bank, anyone that works for a federally chartered bank, there's no longer a need to take the 20-hour course or pass the test. That federal bank charter usurps the need for individual licensing. So we found that for us at the Federal Savings Bank, we are a federally chartered bank, and we've been able to adopt and put people under our federal bank charter to allow them a quick path, an efficient path to be able to be licensed on the mortgage side of the business. As far as on the real estate side, gosh, I mean, when you look at the pressure in our industry, pressure on commission, I think if the DOJ had their way, they'd have none of us getting paid on the real estate side. And this has really created a revenue stream that helps agents earn more money per transaction.
Okay, so how does it work?
So the way the program works is when we hire somebody, we hire them as a part-time employee of the bank, and your title is called a dual employed banker.
Okay.
What the agent needs to do from there is we get everybody onboarded, and you have to attend a 3-hour bank facilitated course. And if you've ever attended a corporate course at all, the first half of it, they talk about the bank, right? They talk about the great products that we have at the bank to help you do more real estate business.
Okay.
The second half of that course is they're showing you a scenario in our point of sale software that's called Encompass, which I think is important because it's good to understand the flow of the industry. Once you're out of the course, your NMLS number goes live, which is your mortgage licensing number, and we install 3 applications on your phone. One of them is Outlook for email. The second one is something that's called the Blend app, and that's a point of sale application for the consumer. The third one that we install is called Encompass. And Encompass is more of the software that's used from fulfillment and underwriting. All 3 of those apps you will use to be able to facilitate the business efficiently. Now, when you do come on board, we partner you with a senior banker. That senior banker is really the person that's going to be handling the mortgage portion of the transaction. They're doing 98% of the work. What's important on the front end is that we're doing certain activities to stay in compliance so we can legally compensate you. That's sort of the big overview on it.
So the 2% work that we've got to do, what does that entail?
It's a great question. So a couple of things. We have to make the constructive referral. So as an example, you just showed John and Sally a house, and John and Sally are looking to get pre-approved for a mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of your conversation with them, you say, okay, the next step is I want to introduce you to our senior banker. I'll use myself as an example. Want to introduce you to Greg, I'm going to send a text message over, copying Greg. Agent sends the message. Greg gets it, picks up the phone, calls the customer, and asks them, just the basic questions: how much you're looking to pay for the house, how much you're looking to put down, and so forth. At the end of that conversation, we're going to tell the customer the next step is I'm going to reply to that text chain, and I'm going to have Tristan send over your application deal. Text message goes out, Tristan copies and pastes the application link and website that we build for you. Now the consumer has the application to complete it online. Okay. Once the application is submitted, everything merges into our database. Senior banker is going to call again, go through the application, run them through desktop underwriting, and issue the pre-approval. The important things in there, Tristan, is we're never asking the dual employed banker to collect a pay stub, W-2. You're not going to lock an interest rate. You're not going to do any of that. What we did is you made the constructive referral. And that's step 1 of RESPA compliance to be able to do that. That's the beginning half of it.
Got it. So when we're looking at income, we're looking at possibly, and this is where you have to help us, possibly doubling our income by just jumping in with your company.
It's like making a referral.
Well, if we're closing 3 transactions, if we're closing 3 transactions a year, right? Mm-hmm. Would it be like closing 4, 5, or 6 transactions, or what does that depend on? Just so
that's a great question. I would say it's not so much doubling it. I would, depending on the commission we're earning on the real estate side, it's typically going to be about a 25 to 30% increase to income.
Okay,
I mean, that's a big increase.
That's significant, man.
It's huge.
So give us some numbers, right? Like, give us some numbers. Like,
so as an example, if someone closes a $500,000 mortgage transaction, they're paid $2,500 on that transaction.
Okay.
So they're paid 0.5% of the loan amount.
Interesting. On top of their real estate commission.
Correct.
Interesting.
So, okay, let me chunk this down. We take a 20-hour course. We get licensed. We
No.
then sign up. No, we can skip
No.
that.
You could, that's the big portion, man. And this is what makes our program so unique. There's no course.
So then we don't have to say we're a licensed mortgage person. We just say this is our senior banker.
So you're a senior banker. I mean, we're not hiding from the fact that you're a licensed mortgage person, because when we hire you at the bank, you're a part-time employee at the bank and you do have a mortgage license.
Okay.
The way we've been able to orchestrate this with the OCC, who's the government body that's controlling all of this on the banking side, is okay, you got to make the constructive referral. Once you've made the referral, now the contact person is the senior banker. You're selling real estate. You got to go find them a home. But it's the senior banker now that's handling that transaction. Once it goes under contract, there's a few RESPA steps that you need to complete, all of which are on your phone. I'll give you a great example. One of them is you need to initiate the ordering of the appraisal. All right. Step number 1, all on one page. Order the appraisal. Time stamps it, goes to our appraisal department, who in turn calls the appraisal management company, calls the agent. It's business as usual. Another example is you need to order the flood certificate. All right. Flood certificate, order flood. Step 2, order it, time stamp it, goes to our flood department. All steps of RESPA are handled the exact same way. All on your phone, all on an acknowledge button on the phone. What's really important is that everything gets time stamped. And it's that time stamping that you initiated those actions that keep everything compliant so we can legally compensate you for it.
Okay.
I can tell you what the time frame is.
So I'm more so from an agent perspective, wondering what the scripting is for our clients to explain that we are affiliated and how that process will be for us. And then also what's our liability of partnering with the bank?
That's a great question. So from a liability standpoint, you'd have no more liability than you have right now on the real estate side. Prince Europe Moore is wearing 2 hats. One is the loan officer hat. The other one is the real estate hat. And all the dual disclosure forms go out to the consumer. We send all that stuff out. As far as making that constructive referral and making the customer comfortable, you just tell them, listen, I'm involved on the mortgage side of this transaction as well. I'm partnered with the senior banker. His name's Greg. Greg's going to reach out to you. He's going to review the process and what we need to do next. I'm going to send him a text message.
I would think it would probably be no different than like if your brokerage had, a relationship with or an in-house lender,
That's a great point. Yeah, it's the same process.
Because even if you use that in-house lender or not, they still have to sign some sort of, piece of paper that says that you've told them about it if they decide to use it. So probably like similar to that, right?
At affiliated
very
business
similar.
disclosure.
That's exactly right. Affiliated business disclosure, and the bank takes care of all of that.
I get nervous because so many of us have title insurance companies as well. So then it's almost like we're sending out the affiliated disclosure for I'm your realtor, I'm your lender, I'm your title insurance provider. And so that's where I'm like, oh, I need help scripting this. I like
Yeah, and we could certainly help you with that. It's so interesting because when you look at our industry, you look at what Rocket Mortgage had recently done with Redfin and with Mr. Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
So they originally, the program that we rolled out at our bank, Rocket was the first company to roll it out. And they rolled it out and they failed within 12 months. And why? Because none of the agents were taking the test or taking the course.
right.
And that barrier to entry is what we've been able to eliminate. So then they acquire the other companies, understanding that, hey, we already have the customer. So we have the customer. We know we can provide them a great level of service on the real estate side, on the mortgage side, and then also on the refinance side. And with all those things, who's going to take better care of the customer or who's going to have a higher level relationship than the agent? So the agent's making the referral. Customer's always going to trust the agent the most, and we're going to facilitate it in a really seamless fashion.
All right, question. Great. Oh, go ahead, Stacy. Should continue.
Questions, but hopefully it's helping people.
For sure.
Is there a system once we close, so we partner together, we close, is there a system to where your marketing pushes out co-branding us for future business together?
So that's a great question. So to answer your question, yes. we can do it. If you opt in to do it, we can do the co-branding. And where that becomes really important, Stacy, is the refinance opportunity.
Right.
One of the things that I loved in putting this together, and in this industry for almost 30 years, is never in the history of ever has a real estate agent been able to capitalize on the refinance market. And this changes that dynamic. So now, if you have
Kristen will be right back. He's getting a drink of water. He's dehydrated.
He looked a little dehydrated.
Yeah.
So now with this opportunity, completely shifts that paradigm. We know that in the past 3 years, the average interest rate to a consumer that purchased a home is 7.125%. When rates drop, everybody's going to refinance. And this is a little different than some of the other refinance bubbles. It's in this market, everyone thinks they paid too much for their house. Everyone thinks their rate's too high, and everybody's paying too much for coffee at Costco. So even when we saw rates drop a little bit in the past couple of weeks, the refinance business picks up. Well, the consumer is generally going to call one of two people. They're going to call the mortgage person you originally referred it to, or they're going to call the loan servicer, the people they're making their payments to every month. And that's 85% of the time. This totally changes the dynamic. Now it's, hey, Bob, Sally, this is Stacy. How's everything going? Are you looking to buy or sell? Do you know anyone looking to buy or sell? Hey, did you refinance your mortgage? Interest rates are down. You may be able to save several hundred a month. No? Okay, let me introduce you to my senior banker, Greg. You make the handoff and the referral.
Love it. It's another extra client touch. How are your rates compared to traditional lenders and credit unions?
That's a good question. So for us, we're a federally chartered bank. Our interest rates are very sharp. And one of the things that we were very careful on when we put this program together was not to pass what you're earning back to the consumer. So how it works is picture with a very aggressive interest rate. Typical loan officer is going to earn about 1% with good rates. You're literally receiving half of that money. And build it in, you're going to receive half. And I thought that was fair because from my seat, the real estate agent's the hub of everything. You're dictating the mortgage and the title and the home inspector. You're doing all of that. And you should be fairly compensated for the relationship that you brought to the table on the mortgage side as well.
Got it. I'm just looking through the chat here. There's some questions. Stacey, do you have another question while I look through this?
No, I have so many, so you go ahead.
No, you go while I look. I'm looking.
Stacey, I'm in New Jersey, so I'm getting the storm that you're getting. It's like 15 inches of snow.
Oh, yeah, I'm not excited
the
about
snow blower's not working. I mean, I have 4 kids, so I got to get them all out there. But
where in New Jersey are you?
I'm in Homedale, New Jersey.
Okay, I'm from Montclair.
Oh, all right.
Originally.
Yeah, I'm in Monmouth County.
I'm not there now, but that's where
Montclair is a beautiful area.
Yeah, it's great.
Segue into the next question. Can you do nationwide lending?
Great question. So when we hire you as a part-time employee, you can lend nationally. So, all right, you have a buyer or you have someone that is looking to purchase a house in Florida. Let's assume that's the vacation destination, even though some of you may live in Florida. All right, well, you can't represent them on the real estate side. You can refer it, get your 25% referral fee, but now you can always represent them on the mortgage side. Oh, no problem. You're buying a second home in Florida. I'm going to introduce you to one of our quality agents down there, and we're also going to get you pre-approved for the mortgage. I'm going to introduce you to Greg right now. That transaction always sticks with you. So no matter what agent they work with, you would always get compensated on the mortgage side.
Tristan, are you hydrated now?
I am, buddy. Thank you. I just drank a whole thing of water.
I'm going to need some water after all that caffeine I've had today.
Dude. Yes, you will. And so will Greg.
How'd I do? Did I calm it down a little bit?
You're doing well. You're doing good.
Thanks, guys.
How does it work with the brokerage that the agent belongs to? Does some of that fee go to that brokerage as well? Or is this independent of that? And what have you seen?
Yeah, that's a great question, Tristan. So when we hire an agent, that's independent of the broker. So it's the agent that's receiving that compensation directly. However, we do have some programs in place where if the broker's the person that's recruiting the agent to us, there can be a downline as a result of that on the recruiting side.
Someone's asking, Marcus is asking, is there a credit factor for signing up? Because he has a few agents that have some credit issues, but they're go-getters.
So here's how the process works. When we hire you, you will have to get your fingerprints done, and we will do a soft pull of the credit. So it's not going to negatively impact your credit score.
Okay.
If there's issues that show up on credit, we're going to ask for a letter of explanation. If the issues are significant, like all of the credit, it's just 10 collection accounts, we probably can't bond you. Under the federal bank charter, probably couldn't move forward. On a background check, same logic applies. I mean, people have issues come up. But if something came up on your background, we're going to look for a letter of explanation. Now, if it's a financial crime in the past 10 years, probably not going to be able to hire you.
Right.
But the reality, people have DUIs. They have some things that have happened when they were at a different time in their life. Generally, we can work through all those.
Awesome.
So Tristan, that one time that we don't need to talk about, you're clear. You're fine.
We're good. It's safe. We're good. Damn. But the other time, I'm not.
The other time,
No,
I
no,
can't guarantee it.
Greg, question about if you've seen this, and this may apply to you, Stacy, too.
Yeah.
That we've got a team, and I'm like, this is awesome. I'm listening to this. I'm like, I want to bring this just to the team. Have you seen teams bring this on, and then have all of their agents belong to it, and then the team leader, because of the introduction to this, and because we're quarterbacking leads left and right and opportunities, do they get a piece of this as well as the rest of the agents working together? How has that worked?
So that was directed at me, Tristan?
Yeah, that one's with
okay,
you.
I'm just making sure. So it all comes down to the fixed amount of economics on it. So we have the 50 basis points to work with. When it's a team leader, someone who's running a team, this conversation we'll have with the team leader. A lot of times, Tristan, we'll license the team leader. And the team leader then will figure out compensation with the folks that are under them.
Got it. Stacy,
Yep.
go. You had a question.
I know. I'm literally all day. By the end of
You're
this,
doing awesome. That's why you're here.
I'll be like, I've joined 4 other companies by the end of this.
He has 19 side hustles by the end of this.
Holy. So if the team leader is the licensed person, then they have the app and they're going in and they're ordering appraisal, ordering flood cert. So hopefully they've got a good process for that.
Yes.
Okay. And then the Outlook thing worries me a little bit because I know a lot of us are in Gmail. So,
well, I can tell you again my experience on it. Most of the dual employed bankers, they're really not looking at their Outlook.
okay.
When you need something, you're reaching out to the senior banker.
You're going to just text.
Or the
Yeah.
app, right?
Yes. So, well, you could, or you're just texting the senior banker that you're working with, because we've given the autonomy to the dual employed banker. You can do anything you want. You have access to everything that a regular loan officer would have. But 99% of the time, it just becomes business as usual. All right, I need an updated pre-approval. I'm reaching out to the senior banker. Hey, is that appraisal back in? I'm reaching out to the senior banker. Where's the commitment? Like, that part of the industry has kind of stayed the same. You do have access to it, though. So with the apps you have on your phone, like that Blend app, you can see if a commitment came in. You can see if an appraisal came in. So you do have access, but we found that dual employed banker, real estate agent, they're just reaching out to the senior banker.
Okay.
And they're handling it.
Are there multiple senior banker options, or do we just get assigned to one and that's the relationship?
Stacy, for you, it's only going to be the one that you like the most. But to answer your question, relationships are extremely important, as we all know. So we have a pod system on it. Have to make sure you're comfortable with the senior banker, and you'll always be working with the same. It'll be the same processor and same loan officer assistant. Always the same people. And we found now that some of the dual employed bankers, they just reach out to the loan officer assistant. A lot of times they know more than what the senior banker knows because they're handling the nuts and bolts on everything.
So Marcus is asking, can you explain the downline from the brokerage a little bit more?
I think that one's on a case-by-case basis, Marcus. So that may be a good conversation for you and I to have offline.
And then go to that
Depends on that
website.
individual broker.
The more I'm listening to this, Greg, the more I'm like, I feel like this is going to be an opportunity for every agent, team, brokerage listening to this, because if we're not doing it, like you said earlier, Rocket Redfin, Zillow, everyone is already doing this. The concern that everyone has obviously is legal, right? Lawsuits going left and right. How would you protect us from that? Are you always looking for us to add more disclosures, or what's the process for that?
Yeah, we've had not one complaint or issue come up because it's clear the Federal Housing Finance Agency really governs all of us. They're the folks that came up with the ruling saying that an agent can do both, along with HUD, who runs FHA. We've run into no issues. Everything we do is compliant. I talk directly to the OCC to make sure that we stay in compliance with what they need to make sure the program flows at a high level. The other thing that I would say, the reality is if you ever had a client that had an issue with the bank, they're suing the bank. They're not coming after the agent.
True.
Because for you, you're not really the agent in that. You're the loan officer in that. And they're always going to go to the organization with the deep pockets. But we've had no issues at all, and we're not planning on having anything because we really do have this. Compliance was by far the most important piece.
Yeah.
In buttoning that up, and because there's no sense of building it out. Being on calls like this, where there's so many agents out there that we could provide the opportunity to, we've made this ironclad from a compliance standpoint. That was important for all of you, and it's important for the bank.
Makes sense.
So when I first heard this, I thought, well, why would the loan senior banker be okay sharing with the agents? But as you're talking, I'm thinking, okay, well, here's the pie, and you're just making the pie this big. So let's just do a lot more deals.
That's it, Stacy. So say someone does 10 purchase transactions per year, as an example. Well, they got a great relationship with a mortgage person they're working with right now. They send you 2 deals a year, 3 deals a year. The key for us is, all right, well, how do we get 6 of them? And how do we do it from a partnership standpoint? That was, putting the program together, it's a paradigm shift. So after all the years being in the mortgage business, no matter how great the relationships I've had with agents and brokers and my team has, we're always in the vendor space. It's just the nature of the relationship. This changes that paradigm. Now we're business partners.
Yeah.
We all work together around the same goal. And it's important for us that you're selling more real estate. And as a bank, we've backed into that. And I'll give you a quick example. We have 5% down for a vacation home, 10% down for an investment property. We do up to a $50,000 unsecured line of credit at the closing that can consolidate debt to make the buyer qualify. We've positioned ourselves to make sure that the consumer has the best home lending and real estate experience, and we've backfilled our portfolio money with things that help you put more people into more homes.
There were 2 questions earlier: construction loans and commercial loans.
So we do. So commercial loans we handle. We don't handle a lot of them, but depending on the complexity of it, we may send it out to a company we're affiliated with. Construction to permanent financing, yes, we do that. We're actually the largest. We do a VA 100% financing construction loan. We're the largest lender in the country for that product. So we do a lot of it.
Awesome.
We're a veteran-owned bank, so that VA portion is really important to us.
Do you keep any files in-house?
What do you mean? Like,
as in not sell them after we close?
Oh, that's yeah. So we do. So anything that's portfolio is staying right on our books.
Okay.
Jumbo mortgages, we generally sell those after closing. When you look at conventional Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, we may or may not, depending on the appetite for it in the marketplace. And I know we're coming up on time here. I just wanted to say one more thing. Is if someone's earning $30,000 a year doing this, $30,000 a year, it's great, right? You can go on vacation, you can buy different things, but I would love to see, and what we try to encourage people to do, invest it back in your core business. If you earn $30,000 and $30,000, your lead acquisition cost is $100 a lead. It's 300 leads. It's how much real estate business can you do? Does that result in another 10 transactions, 20 transactions? Is it $5, $10 million more in volume for you? Because you can earn at least 2.5% on that. And this model is more about not you being a loan officer or a dual employed banker, mortgage person. This is about funding your core business so you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars more as a real estate agent. Never going to make more money, as you all know, than you will from real estate.
Yeah, I love
100%.
that. And that's it. Listen, that's a good ending to this, Greg. So everyone, please scan that QR code. It'll take you to the other link that we've been sharing with you. This way you can ask any questions to the Federal Savings Bank. Greg may or may not be the one that gets back to you directly. It's probably one of his team members, but this isn't the last time you'll see Greg, because we're all very interested in doing this. In fact, all of us should at least look at it because it's a massive opportunity to add more revenue to you. So
yeah, there's a lot of questions. We can't get to all of them. Greg, would you be comfortable with people reaching out to you and just kind of like asking a couple questions?
Sure, of course.
Okay.
Of course. And we can set up a separate webinar, whatever's convenient for everybody.
Can they find you on LinkedIn, or where should they go?
They can LinkedIn. You can Google me. I can put my email address in here.
Are you sure you want to do that? I'm just 300 people watching.
So I can put my email address in
LinkedIn there, Greg.
Say again. I'm sorry.
Let them find you on LinkedIn. So it's Greg Wareham.
Federal Savings.
Wareham.
Yes.
So Greg Wareham. Think of it that way.
Thanks,
Find him on LinkedIn. Drop him a message.
Well, listen, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Greg. We appreciate
Thanks for doing
you.
it, man. This is awesome.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you all.
Well, yeah, I just don't want want Greg being bombarded with like 300 emails and just.
He probably will love it.
I mean, really?
That's
I mean,
true.
I would love it. Imagine
I guess.
Greg, I know you're still in the back.
Stop.
Put your email address.
Okay, fine, Greg.
in the
I'm just
messenger.
looking out for you, but they
Put it in
said
the messenger
forget
there.
it. Just put your email there if you want to.
Put
I
it
don't
in.
know, I'm just saying.
Put it in there. All right, Zachary. What's up, Zachary?
Good morning, gentlemen and lady. How are you?
Good. Good.
We are great. We are wonderful. Thank you
That's
for
good.
being here.
I didn't join early this time on accident.
That's okay. We forgive you. This is fun. We had Zach on the last one, and he's back by popular demand.
Oh, really? Ah,
I guess.
At least some. It's like the movie The Mask when he's like, they love me. They really love me.
They do.
So Zach is a former U.S. Air Force special agent. I just want to call him a special agent. He's special agent, secret agent.
Very special.
Turned realtor. And during COVID, Zach and his business partner decided to add the perfect vertical to their real estate business, home services, and it's been one of the best decisions that they've ever made business-wise. And we're going to talk about solar.
We're gonna talk about everything, man.
No. We're talking about video games. You completely different one.
We can talk about video games.
Is he streaming on Twitch?
I have sold a house from somebody I met in a video game. That was a goal. I'm gonna sell a house to somebody I met.
Did you really? What were you playing? Call of Duty or something?
No, well, kind of different one called Squad, but yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so yeah, that was a goal, and I hit it, and I was like, I can't believe I actually accomplished that.
Happen? You were just like, somebody's like, man, what do you do?
I'm obnoxious. I don't stop talking about my business. At the end of the day, like if you're within arm's length of me, like you're gonna get a business card. I talked to a friend of mine, and they were like, Zach, we were cleaning out our master bedroom closet, and we found 12 of your business cards in various coats and shirts and jackets, and I was like, good, here's 2 more. Make it 14.
For every house you showed them, you gave them a card. Zach, we have a card. No, take another one.
Take another one. This one's for your aunt. This one's for your uncle. This one's for your friend, your family, yada yada yada.
So the moral of the story is we need to play more video games, Tristan.
That's it. All the video games.
That's what I was listening to.
Your tagline should be, I'm a special agent, not a secret agent.
That's it. Exactly. So, well, do you guys want to do Q&A, or do you guys want me to dive into my slides?
Jump into your slides, and we'll do Q&A from the slides.
Okay, let me figure out how to share screen on this one because I've never seen this.
I think there's a little screen plus button at the bottom there.
Boom. Got it. You guys can see my slides?
Got you. It says Revio, monetize your database.
Got a full screen here. All right, perfect. So, I came up with this idea a few years ago, the whole agent concept. And the idea behind the whole agent concept is I truly believe that real estate agents should be the linchpin of everything in a community. Our clients should be calling us, asking us, Zach, what restaurant should I go on a date night tonight? What daycare should we be taking our children to? Where should we be doing? And I feel like we as real estate agents have failed our customers and we failed our communities in not being the linchpin. We've gotten so accustomed to just buying leads from saying, well, you know what? This company's going to send me business anyway. I'm going to give them 30% of my commission and they're just going to send me these magic leads that fall out of the sky. But then what happens when those companies decide to switch their program, where you go from owning a zip code to them owning your database and them owning your entire business? And then next thing you know, you're not self-employed anymore. You're working for another company. And the idea behind this is that we are the center focus of everything. And your database is worth millions. It's worth millions of dollars in commissions as long as you're leveraging it properly, right? Everybody has an exit plan of real estate. Most real estate agents are like, I'm gonna buy investment properties and then I'm gonna retire and I'm gonna live off the rental income. And then I say, how many rental houses do you currently own? They go, well, I don't own any. And I say, all right, well then that's a problem because you're 10 years in at this point. So let's talk about making more money on your database. So who can relate with this picture? You got a real estate agent, that for sale sign, running down the street, being chased by a bunch of people that want access to our database. It's all these people that are like, oh my God, you have a gold mine, you have a database, you have all of these homeowners, you have all of these people. For the love of God, let me leverage your relationship. And you're like, well, are you going to send them to me? And they're like, well, no, of course not. I've got 57 other real estate agents that I work with, and my mom has her real estate license. So of course I'm not going to send them to you, but I want you to pay me, like give me money, help me feed my family, but I'm not going to give anything in return. That's not reciprocity, right? That is them taking and taking and taking from us. Oh, did I? Sorry about that. That was a 11 o'clock typo last night. I got 4 kids. It's rough in this house sometimes, right? And so, at the end of the day, it's not reciprocity when people are constantly taking from us and they're not actually giving anything in return, right? And then we start feeling like Neo, right? We start looking like Neo in the Matrix. We're dodging these people, asking us stuff. We're avoiding them. We're not going to the networking events. We're not sitting there. We're avoiding everything because we're like, just let me get by this. And you start asking yourself a very simple question. What's in this for me? What's in this for me? What's in this for my family? What is in this for me to actually benefit from this? Because at the end of the day, there's like one real estate agent out of 2 million that actually got into this because they didn't need the money, right? The rest of us are in this industry to make an income, to make money, to feed our families, to provide for a future, to provide those things, okay? And at the end of the day, we have to make sure that what we are doing is actually worth it, right? Now, if I said, hey, by a show of hands, how many of you have ever received a referral payment from a contractor? There's probably a couple people on this call that have, but for a vast, vast, vast majority, never have. Nick, have you ever gotten any kind of a plumber? How many times have you recommended a plumber or an HVAC company?
Many times.
Numerous times,
right? And they've always said to you, yeah, man, thank you so much. Thank you so much for recommending us. Thank you so much for recommending us, right?
I mean, they're just begging you for business, but they're not giving you any.
Right? So there's a point that you just start avoiding them completely. So let's take a look at the home service industry. The home service industry last year was a $657 billion industry. $657 billion, right? Emergency home repair. Think of your loss mitigation, right? Your mold, your remediation companies, yada, yada, yada. Home maintenance, right? Plumbers, electricians, roofers, people just going out and doing stuff like that. Home improvement. Hey, we need to do a kitchen remodel. We need to do this. Now that's a huge one, right? A huge one. $475 billion. Imagine that you flip a contractor, a kitchen remodel, that's a $100,000 remodel, and they're like, hey, thanks, man. Here's a $5 Starbucks gift card. We really appreciate that.
Or a hat.
$1,000, right? Hey, yeah, here's a hat. Right. Here's a hat with our company logo. Please wear it around. We're not going to pay you for that billboard on your forehead, but thank you so much for wearing our logo. Right. Mm-hmm. Let's look at it by generation. So millennials, Gen X, baby boomers, silent generations. What is the point of this graph? The point of this graph is solicit millennials. They don't do anything on their own. They always pay other people to do it for them. Right. and that's a big one, is looking and knowing like, wow, when you look at this, you're like, wow, there's actually not that much of a difference between the generations. And what that tells you is, even though we all say, well, man, people were working on their houses more on their own. Well, I guess a little bit, but this is not really new. Whether you work with brand new people like me, I work with a lot of military. I'm prior military, right? So a lot of younger buyers are military. Whether you're working in just senior communities, it really doesn't matter. People are paying for services at the end of the day, and we as real estate agents haven't leveraged that at all, right? So what is the idea behind Revio? The idea behind Revio is to take the real estate agent and make us the center of everything. So what have we done that you can do in your community? Is I started talking to those contractors, and I started saying to the contractor, okay, HVAC contractor, I really appreciate that. What do you pay your salespeople? And they said, well, we pay our salespeople 13%. And I said, okay, so you're paying your internal sales guys 13% to go out there and really not solicit business, because I've been through their sales training. They're just out there. They're like relying on their techs basically to do it. And I said, so is it fair that me as a real estate agent, if I bring you business, that I get the same amount? And they said, yes, we will pay you 13%. Now they said, that's 13% if you close it completely on your own. If you have to have one of our closers come in, we'll split it with you, and we set up a split and some other stuff. And so now what happens is when I refer my client after 2-3 years, whatever, right? They say, hey, Zach, man, our HVAC is starting to make a lot of noise. We're out of our home warranty at this point. We definitely need to get it replaced. Who do you recommend? Now I can say, me. Let me take care of this for you. Let me handle this for you. This is the company that I have been utilizing. Now, there is a part of this that you've got to vet the companies, right? Don't just refer your people to whatever random company. Make sure they're good. The HVAC company I recommend, put an HVAC on my house. I was the first person to test their service because I needed to know that it worked, that they did a good job. And so I negotiated with them a commission split. I negotiated everything, and they are able to bring it to me at this point. I am able to get paid when my clients do this. Now, if I don't want to handle it myself, I pass it to their salespeople, and we split it just like a lead generator, just like any number of a appointment setter, something like that. We have added additional home services at this point. We have roofers, electricians, solar. I talked about that in depth last time. We talked about, we have alarm systems now. Anybody that's ever sold a house knows that immediately you're going to start getting ADT hitting you up going, hey, can you give me your client's info? Can you give me your client's info? That's because that ADT person is making like $600 or $700 to sell that alarm system. So why shouldn't you make that? Imagine your clients, you say, hey, Nick, man, I know I just sold you this house. I know you mentioned wanting to upgrade the alarm system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pay for 6 months of ADT for you. And I'm going to get this set up for you because I know that you were going to do it anyway. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that's great.
So average commission on alarm is $600. Nick just made $300. He took the other $300 and he paid the alarm system for 6 months for his clients. So they're happy. They got an alarm system. They got all that kind of stuff. And so the idea behind this is to expand your network. Imagine if you had 50 contractors in your network, and those 50 contractors you had a reciprocal relationship with where they paid you, you paid, or your clients paid them. Everybody wins. Additionally, this is 50 additional people that you can take out to lunch, 50 people that you can introduce at networking mixers, 50 people that you can send out Christmas cards to, 50 people that you can also sell their friends and family's houses. Because when all of a sudden you're not dodging contractors and you're embracing them, you're going, holy Toledo, look at my sphere and how much it just expanded. All of a sudden, you've now networked with 50 homeowners, most likely, that live in your local community. And you're now tapping into their sphere of influence. So this is what we have been doing. It has worked very, very well for us. It has been a great product. The first product that we offered was solar. And it was huge. It was huge. And we started realizing very quickly that when we started with solar, we started with roofs because our clients were asking anyway. Now, I know there's some people on here that be like, they're anti-solar. I get it. You're not in Southern California with people with $1,800 a month utility bills. It makes sense for us. Okay. If you're in Georgia, you're in, Missouri, I get it. Your utility rates are 7 cents. Ours are 70. Right. So it makes sense. And then we started realizing just how much money we were leaving on the table by not being the linchpin of our local community.
Zach, where are you located?
I'm in Southern California, in Temecula.
Where, dude? Temecula, you said?
Well, I'm actually in Menifee, which is like the stepchild
of
Temecula, but yeah, I'm in Menifee.
Cool. Next time I'm out towards your area, I'll hit you up for coffee or video games. I'm not sure which one yet.
No, 100%. Yeah, let's do it, man. There's a great coffee out here called Better Buzz, and Better Buzz is fantastic. It's a little more local. I think there's a few of them now.
I feel like this whole virtual event is brought to you by coffee somehow.
Right? Yeah, Better Buzz, they're great. They're in Temecula, they're in Menifee, they're in San Diego, and then Carlsbad or something like that.
We should call Tim Horton, Starbucks, and what is it?
Right?
Hey,
Exactly. Get some
today.
So Zach, if somebody goes to this website, revioshare.com/real estate or /real-estate
Mhm.
and fill out this form, what happens?
Yeah, so that's just if you want access to our network that we've already set up, then you can get access to it. So when it comes to
Okay.
when it comes to HVAC, we're very limited in just our area right now because that's a very specific relationship. If they want access to our solar, we can do solar. If they want access to roofing, we can do roofing. Alarms, we can do nationally. We have a few other products as well. Or if somebody is just like, Zach, I would love to do this on my own. Cool, I'll teach you. I'm not going to charge you anything. I'm not going to try to solicit you to join my brokerage or any of that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, I just like helping people and I like seeing people grow. And so if somebody's like, hey, how do I ask the contractor for this? I'll tell you.
So are you okay having, say, 5 HVAC companies, or do you want one that all the business goes to?
My goal is to have one, right?
Okay.
And so I'll touch on this because somebody's going to say RESPA in the chat, right? Is during the escrow process, do you need to recommend 3? Yes. Okay. You need to recommend 3 service providers, 3 home inspection companies, 3 roofers, blah, 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 blah during the escrow. After escrow, RESPA doesn't apply though. Right.
Yeah,
So once escrow is closed, once you're out of a fiduciary contract with your clients, it doesn't apply. And so
yeah,
you
like
were
if they
able
call you
to-
after the fact and ask you
it.
for a recommendation.
Yeah. At that point, you were just a normal human.
Right.
Do you market this to your clients? Do you say, hey, want access to our vendor list, or do you want them to come to you with all their questions?
So I don't really put the vendor list out there because I don't want my client to go directly to my vendor and then my vendor not know where they came from, because then we're relying on our clients to say, hey, I need to, I came from Zach. So I would rather them call me, because that's also another point. I was talking to an agent, and very, very high producing agent, known as an Icon agent, 5-time Icon agent. And how did he hit Icon? He had 60 to 70 touch points a year for his top clients, 60 to 70 touch points a year, birthdays, monthly emails, phone calls, yada, yada, yada. And I look at this as just another touch point. Just another touch point.
I mean, and it's a valuable touch point too. I would get annoyed after 70 touch points, but I mean, that's just me. But I mean, this is a valuable touch point, and it means, and the touch points have to have value, first of all.
Yeah.
That's
100%.
You made it an easy button for people, because nobody wants to go to Google and search through all these HVAC techs or roofers. They just want to be like, hey, who do you have? Who do you know? You always help me out.
100%.
So you're top of mind.
100%.
Your vendors are top of mind with you. It's just it's genius. Gosh, now I have more to do today.
Question. How do you keep your clients from remembering to reach out to you if this is something that they need, or do you just reach out? Do you just continuously touch on them and
Portions in the follow-up, brother? And at the end of the day, they're going to forget, and they're going to meet some dude. I sold cars for a long time, and we have a saying in the car business: everybody is just looking until they meet a salesperson. Right.
True.
And they shop from dealership to dealership to dealership until they meet a salesperson. And so, when it comes down to it, the fortunes in the follow-up, we all know that. Why do none of us want to do follow-up? Because it's boring and it's not fun. And it's, everybody needs to go read the slide edge a few times. And so the fortunes of the follow-up, I think that there's a lot that you can do with incorporating this. If you're doing community events, you invite your vendors to your community event. Let them have a booth, have them sponsor it. When I do a community event, I have a cleaning company that's there. They do home cleaning, and then they also have a dry cleaning business and my junk removal company. The 3 of us sponsor events together all the time, like my Easter egg hunt and stuff like that. We split up the costs. And so a good portion of this is to set up your own community events where you're not just relying on your city's community events. Maybe you're setting up your own Easter egg hunt and you've got 16 vendors there and they're all your vendors.
Zach, what were those 2 other companies that you team up with to do this?
You mean the ones for my events?
Yeah.
My junk removal company and then my cleaner are my two
Cleaner.
mains. Yeah, they have a dry cleaning business. This is actually a super cool one. Here's an outside the box one for y'all. When your clients are first moving into the house, it's super stressful for them, and laundry is a big one. If you find a local laundry company that does pickup, folding, washing, and delivery,
Yeah.
not necessarily in that order, because you're gonna wash it before you fold it, but they can pick it up, do all their laundry for them, deliver it back to their house. Imagine you call your clients, you're like,
Dude,
hey,
wash and fold's the greatest invention.
right? And just imagine you call your clients, you're like, hey, I went ahead and scheduled this for you guys if you want it. If you don't want it, that's fine. But I scheduled a laundry service to go ahead and pick up all your laundry for you this week. They're going to wash it. They're going to fold it. They're going to dry it. They're going to bring it back to your house for you, ready to rock and roll.
Imagine they bring it back to your new house.
Right, exactly. Right. They're going to bring it back to your new house for you. Just a huge one for people. And now I built a relationship with the cleaner where all of a sudden, I'm getting all of their friends and family and all that kind of stuff.
So you build the relationship and then you say, hey, I'm just going to send you this contract now that we've agreed to what this relationship looks like. Or is it just a, hey, I trust that you'll
contract, absolutely contract. ChatGPT can write it in 4 seconds for you. And I'm a huge fan of AI, which is why I was annoyed about the typo because it should have caught that.
You know what? It's interesting. So like, this is the one thing that AI will not be able to replace. Because this is all about relationships and providing value and being human,
That's exactly it. People don't really care about what you do. They care that you care about them. And at the end of the day, if you show your clients that you care, right? If you say, hey guys, I was going back through my files and I was looking through your home inspection and I noticed that there was some stuff in there about your HVAC system being close to replacement or your water heater being close to replacement. You're at the end of your home warranty. Is your plan to renew your home warranty, or are you going to think about replacing these things? What's your idea here? What do you want to do? And they might say to you, man, we've actually been looking at water heaters. We want to go tankless. Well, perfect. Let me hook you with my plumber. He can be out tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Dude, what a genius touch point, Stacy. I'm just saying, I don't know why I said Stacy, but I feel like Stacy's so enthralled, right? So like, what a genius. Well, Stacy's all about going through her database like every single day. What a genius touch point to like review home inspections from past clients. You know what I'm saying? And then find, oh, you know what? This electrical outlet, the inspector said it should have been updated and it wasn't, and the seller didn't do it, and blah, blah, blah. Hey, did you ever update that outlet? Because I can recommend an electrician or whatever it is. You know what I mean? I think that's such a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At the end of the day, this is something that I love is that 100 people, you need 100 VIPs in your database that you treat like gold, and you'll have more real estate business than you could ever have. I know a real estate agent here locally, decent producer, 20, 30 deals a year. And every single one of her deals is a past client referral. Every single one. No cold lead gen at all. And it's really cool because one thing that she does is she has a client, and she's either a Dodgers fan or she's a Padres fan. I don't remember which one, but they hate each other. So we'll just call her a Padres fan. And her client is like an avid Dodgers fan, loves the Dodgers. So every year she buys him a hat, she buys him a Dodgers jersey, and she buys him tickets to Dodgers games every single year. These are like 2 real estate deals a year, right? And so she goes out of her way to buy these things that she hates, right? She feels gross when she touches the Dodgers hat, but it shows her client that she truly cares about him, which is huge. Yeah, which is huge.
Okay, so if someone wants to be a part of Revio, the perks are what? They get access to your database of vendors, right?
Yeah, we'll help them build a database locally in their area.
You'll help them build it locally?
Yeah, they'll help them build it. I mean, I'll do that regardless for people. When it comes to our current stuff with ADT and a few others that you're already set up, a normal person can't just sign up with ADT to sell ADT. We had to sign up with Safe Streets, and we had to build an entire LLC around it. So we started with the largest ADT dealer in the country to make sure that we were working with the best. And then there's a bunch of other stuff too. There's a bunch of other things that we are partnering with that we brought up, the solar side. I did see a question about commission and solar. I'll tell you right now, the percentage of commission on a solar deal is better than what we make as real estate agents. You can make
the commission on what is better
on a solar deal. So we make a certain percentage on real estate, somewhere 3 below. Solar, you're talking about of the project cost between 15 and 30%. So a $100,000 solar system, a solar person could make $15,000 to $30,000 very easily.
That's crazy, dude.
Insanity. It's insanity. I've met solar guys that I was going to recruit to my team that I didn't recruit them based on morals and ethics because of what they were doing to people. And my goal is to just put them out of business.
That's a good goal.
All right. You know, at the end of the day, here's the thing. I always tell people, don't mess with real estate agents. We know everybody. We know everybody in the local community. At least we should.
True.
Well, if you're a good one, you know everybody.
Yeah.
This is awesome. So, Stacy, you have a million questions?
My head is actually spinning with this one. I don't even
Me too.
know where to go. I just really want to start this. So I'm going to start this tomorrow.
So Spencer, your boy Spencer is in the chat. We're partnering with nationwide companies that have trackable APIs, so everything is 100% transparent for all members. So you can track all deals to completion and money into your bank account. Can Revio work in an area that's unknown to you? So, like, I guess an area that you don't typically. I'm not sure what that question.
Like unknown to me or unknown to you?
I don't know. Like I don't know. I would assume that you'd wanna deal with your market area and your
Maybe Vicky means like she just moved to the area.
Maybe. I don't know.
I would say that would be a great way to do that. I mean, I would tell you, I mean, I'm pretty old school. If you move to a new area, I'm like holding open house every day for 30 days. But yeah, so you could. I mean, it can work anywhere. Mickey, at the end of the day, this is just a relationship game. And all I'm telling people to do is everything that every broker has ever told you and every sales trainer has ever told you. Go build relationships. I'm just teaching you how to make money on those relationships is really what it comes down to. Because I don't think that we shouldn't be getting paid.
Well, she's saying Toronto, so I guess unknown to you personally, Zach.
Yeah. I mean, I can help, you know, Vicky, at the end of the day, whether I just help you build this yourself, you know, maybe we just do like a Zoom training or something like that with a bunch of people, or whether Revio expands up there. I mean, I'm open to everything. I had this idea 4 years ago. I built the logo, the whole agent logo, like 4.5 years ago. Paid somebody on Fiverr to make it because AI didn't exist yet. And it's really come full circle since then. And I'm pretty excited. I think it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so what's the benefit for you to have someone like Stacy join you?
Yeah, no, we have a small override for any of the companies that we work with at Revio. Revio gets a little tiny percentage. The salesperson makes way more than us. This isn't like a real estate team lead keeping 50% of your money. We get like a tiny little portion of everything. It's like the movie Office Space, just a little bit. You
get to keep the stapler?
Exactly. I have a red stapler somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Okay, cool. I get to keep my stapler. That's all I care about.
Okay, cool. So if we want to do this, we really should go through you and not try to do this ourselves.
Stacey, just do the easy way and go through Zach. Okay, don't try to reinvent the wheel.
I don't really need another project. Can somebody just help me implement this because I love this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it because it's brought a whole new. Everybody's a little bored in real estate sometimes. And this to me has been the kind of breaking through that a little bit of, oh my God, I am so bored with real estate. But yeah.
And Stacy, are you going to get into streaming video game content too, so you can meet potential?
I am not good at video games.
Oh, she's not going to do that. Okay, good. That's still good for us, Tristan. We can still jump into that.
We're good. We're safe.
Yeah, this is awesome. And I guess it would only work with, you know, if you have if you're a brand new agent, it would be difficult, right?
No, go have meetings, right? Go to Starbucks.
Yeah, but who are you going to refer these people to?
That's the thing. Is go meet them. Go to join a BNI, join a networking group. Well, you probably can't get into BNI if you're brand new, but join a networking group. Go to a contractor meetup. Go join the flipping Chamber of Commerce. For Christ's sake, join the Chamber of Commerce. When you see a construction company, go walk up. How's it going? You're ripping out of a roof. Show me what you're doing, right? Be personable. Don't be a secret agent, right? Talk about your business. Patrick asked a quick question. How are the contractors? We do 1099 W9 stuff. We have everything set up through our LLC of Revio, where we contractually they have to pay us on everything. Otherwise, they're just setting themselves up for a lawsuit.
I also think being a new agent, like, what else are you doing? Go make those relationships anyway. Go back.
I would say when you're new, you're poor in capital, but you're rich in time.
Yes.
Get your butt out there and pound the pavement.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Good words to end this. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for doing this again.
Thank you so much, y'all.
And I love watching how you've leveled up with this since we last talked. So thank you.
Big time. Appreciate y'all.
Great job.
Thanks, Zach.
Oh my gosh, he figured out how to turn a nickel into $1.
Woo. Isn't that cool?
We're rubbing it together.
Amazing.
I'm digging this. And look what we have.
Oh, look at this power couple.
That's true. Nick
Hi,
Bachman, it's been a
everybody.
long time.
Rain circle in the house. Look at this.
The rain circle.
Karen's going
I
to say
feel like
something about my curly hair sticking
that
up.
needs
I
to
know
be
she
said
is.
with
No,
a
your hair looks
medium
amazing
voice.
today. It looks amazing.
So thank you all for having us. We're
Thanks
so
for jumping
excited
in.
to share everything.
Yeah. Can you do
Yeah, we're just going to
those-
summarize what everyone else to talk about. We're just going to summarize all of it and just add a few things. Basically.
Oh, good. Well, look,
No, just
for
kidding.
those
It
people
was
that
awesome. though.
that don't know both of you, do a quick intro. Grace, let's go with you. Karen, audio is a little choppy, so we're going to go with Grace first.
Hi, everybody. My name is Grace Ramita Schiffman. I'm a Keller Williams agent in the beautiful city of Savannah, Georgia. And I'm also a founder or co-founder of a lot of community groups. And one of the things y'all know about me is that I love to help people. And when I see a need, I create the community that we need, like Lady Leaders of Real Estate, Hispanic Leaders of Real Estate, the Military Agent Resource Network. I really do believe in community and building community. So that's one of my gifts, I think. And then from that came what we're building now, the Rain Circle, because there are people in a certain age group like me and Karen that are no longer in the hustle mode, that we're in the building the legacy mode.
I think the hustle mode is on the way out for a lot of people, so that's a good thing.
Oh, good. We're ahead of the curve
A lot of
then, Karen.
I just think the hustle culture is
A lot of
toxic,
people
so-
because we're all the same age. Yeah.
And Karen, tell us about you.
My name is Karen Prawl. I've been an agent for 23 years. I'm a third generation realtor. And I own real estate offices, but I do a lot of other things. I'm chief of growth for Keller Home Loans and Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. So I liked watching Greg's presentation today too. And I am entrepreneurial. I run Lady Leaders with Grace and Rachel. I do a lot of jobs, which I'm trying to eliminate because I have crossed over an age threshold and had some life changes and just checking my priorities. So looking how to work smarter, not harder every single day.
That makes sense. Can you
Awesome.
hear us well on this end? I think we got you full, Grace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think,
I'm gonna
I can hear
I'm
you.
gonna
both of their connections
move
are really good.
locations. I think it will help.
No, I felt their connection is really good. That's
Yeah,
really
it got
good.
better.
Yeah, I think it got better.
So
Yeah.
tell us about you
As
first,
she moves
Tristan.
around.
No, I said just when she got up, everything got better.
Just keep walking around the house.
Just walk and it'll be great. We'll follow you and you can talk.
Yeah, give us a tour.
Totally.
Give
So
us
tell
a tour.
Tell us about the circle effect, the rain circle. Tell us about it.
Is Karen on?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
there-
right. We
Yeah,
got her.
I can. So the circle effect is how to maximize every opportunity and every relationship. So I think about this. I've been in real estate 23 years. Stacy's a database person. Tristan is a newsletter database, person, and so is Nick. And it's real estate is transactional and one and done. And so my job is how to maximize every single relationship I have to come from a service view and be a resource, like be the Google of all things home services, real estate, valuations, questions, mortgages, any industry. Because if I were to look at what a realtor does and supports the local economy, I can put 70 to 80 different vendors that we support when we help someone buy or sell a home. And people are looking for people that know how to do business that are like me. And so if I can't provide the service, then I will partner with someone who does.
And I think the value of like the Rain Circle is because you guys are doing this at an amazingly high level, right? But there's not that many people that are showing agents, the regular agent who sells, 12 houses a year to 36 houses a year, that there's other ways to benefit from our selling that house. It's not a one and done. You don't walk away from that one commission. And every one of your guests before us have touched on really key parts. our job, I feel, in what we're doing is to make sure that that everybody knows, right? That you're doing an amazing job, guys, bringing this out. But I bet you just like maybe, 0.5% of the agents really know that we can do a lot more with that one connection. Like Karen said, it's not a one and done. It's what we can do surrounding that transaction, making our clients, our friends, our neighbors, which most of them are, and the resource. I mean, I love what Zach presented too. The resource for so much stuff. And he's doing it at an exceptionally high level. I do it on a personal level, but I think that he is onto something.
Well, it's funny, I think about being realtors too. Like my association has 30,000 members. My MLS has 30,000 members. Our associations have tens of thousands, if we're a member of one or not. But the real estate community is also huge, and that's a vertical as well to sell. Like you can look at any real estate company and look at that as a network to be able to resell any products. I'm the one that licensed the Keller Williams masks during COVID. It wasn't Keller Williams, it was me.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, it was me. And so I made a deal with a manufacturer out in LA, actually, and I had the license. So I brought the license to the manufacturer. Now, what I learned is what I'm never going to do again through that. However, I just think when we look up about a lot of opportunities that there are around us, there's always an opportunity. So that we all have a unique strength. And Grace and I go really deep into this on like how to protect yourself and how to build a business from the ground up. And people I've coached over the years, like Taylor and other people who have built huge businesses very, very quickly, is that it all can be done in a step-by-step process, but you're all good at something. It could be that your listing presentation is stunning. You can sell it on Etsy. That's an evergreen opportunity. So the circle.
Oh, interesting.
Evergreen, right? Like my goal is always to create evergreen that it can, whether it's a coaching program or not, but a listing presentation can sit on Etsy, one and done. I'm not selling one-to-one per transaction, like selling a home. I'm selling to the masses.
And a lot of other small opportunities, I have to tell you guys, one of the things that we're learning is that we have the opportunity to earn. One of the big things is that we don't want to be selling houses for the rest of our lives, right? We need to start building income in other areas. One of the biggest opportunities that we're going to be teaching about, and that probably we should have another Lab Coat Agent seminar on, is really affiliate links. How do you take something easy, like something that I bought on Amazon, and make money on it? People make a ton of money, and it's not going to take any more time for me. It's not going to take any more time for my clients. If I show this dishwasher that was just put in this new construction house or whatever, and because we need to figure out ways that we can make good money, residual income without having to hustle another house. I think that's a big part.
You just touched on it. You can create Amazon carts and Amazon packages for links that will sit evergreen. So I do a moving kit for my sellers. Now I pay for it, that I automatically send them when I get the listing, labels and things like that. But that is something you could resell to other realtors, the cart, or you could send your clients to it. You can send them an appliance package. You can send them anything. Like you can create a cart for anything. You could create it for brokerage offices of what the supplies they need. I mean, that is a way to make additional income. I think.
So you're saying the things that we're already good at, or the things that we're already doing, there's ways to generate income from those things, and we're just not thinking about it.
Well, and because all of us have something that we're an expert in, right? That people can learn from us. We're not an expert in everything. Karen and we've just been able to kind of pick the brains of people who are, to try to put things together. But I know, Nick, I know that there's probably things that I would never think of that are in your world, that if you started sharing that's going to be the amazing thing. That might be the eye opener. That might be the way that I make another $2,000 a month. And I'm able to take another trip to Hawaii to see my grandbabies, right? That's the kind of opportunities that we're looking for in the Rain Circle, not the everyday hustle of another house, but what else are we experts in that we can share, and we can make a little money for our legacy.
What's made the most money for you?
Return on investment, referrals. For me, I preach about it. I teach about it. I was the #1 individual earning agent in my brokerage last year, and I sold 2 homes.
Well, let's talk about that. Stacy, that's a really good point. Let me ask Karen to talk about what you did when you did the Hawaii referral.
Oh, well, Nick knows this because he probably helped me with it. But at the time, I did a command ad, and I did from Leavenworth, Kansas, with the 5 military bases, because Grace and I are involved with military, and to Honolulu. And I ran the ads. My cost per lead was like 36 cents. And I set it to referral as a referral at 30%, because I will net more money and spend 1 hour on something that I will spend 40 hours on a buyer with. Right. And I'll net more money at 0 work. And so all the leads that came in, I just did a master referral agreement at 30% to that agent, because the average home price was over $1 million, where mine at the time, was $350,000.
That's smart. So do you systematize any of these ideas?
I do. I have a VA team. So I have 3 VAs that literally run my referrals. I don't really touch anything anymore, but this took 10 years to build. But if you have any relationships, I've moved all over the country, so I have an advantage. I've worked in many different roles, in real estate, and I have an advantage there. But I also am friends with I went to the largest alumni association in the country. Go Buckeyes. There are relationships that you can leverage.
Tristan, you don't know anything about it, Tristan.
I do. I watch college football. So
he was just like, yeah.
But there are so many ways to leverage that relationship. I think the solar thing is genius. I listened to a podcast yesterday from Wall Street Journal, and talked about the power and the data supply and the shortage. Grace and I are going to talk about this in our program, by the way. We're going to go dive deep. There is going to be an electrical shortage. It's not just California that suffered from brownouts. It's going to happen with all the data centers. And so I think agents should be taking a serious look at partnering with the right solar company.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And Stacy, you made a good point there. That relationships is a recurring theme of all our guests. 100%. That's why AI can't replace relationships. That's why AI can't replace anything like that. So we're talking Tristan and I talk a lot about AI, but it can't replace human connection. We know that. And that's why we're always going to be needed for something.
Oh, I love it. I think a lot of people would think a moving kit on Amazon. Cool. Let me just put that. But instead, you guys are doing it for your own clients. So you're just building a business into a business. Perfect.
There's 3 questions I would ask. Okay. I had to write these down. Number 1, name your edge. Like, what are people consistently asking you about?
Yeah.
Because they see you as that expert. Like, you may not see it, but they see it. Define your skill. Like, what decision or what framework? Because your intellectual property or the way you think is worth something. Grace and I do talk about intellectual property and trademarking extensively. And then think about a way to teach it, right? Is it going to be a book? I just had an agent write a book. I wrote the foreword on a seller guide in the mindset of a seller. His name is Ben Brooks, and it has a seller workbook, because we have so many first-time sellers, and it's genius. Tristan, you know who it is. It's Ben, and it's so brilliantly done. But that's an opportunity, because he's psychologically so genius that is an income producer for him. That is his expertise, is understanding the seller mindset.
And that's the one thing that I have to tell everyone. That the one thing that I learned is that there are not a lot of us that take our ideas and intellectual property and look at them as assets. So if whatever we have, that's our brand, or whatever we have, that's a thought, please take the time to get a trademark and register that, because that is money in the bank for future. One of my assets is I own BAH to Millionaire, which is, the basic allowance for housing for the military. That's a class that we're teaching, but it's registered trademark to me. Anything like that you have in your brain that has been a good idea, don't just buy the domain name. If it's a great idea, register it, because it may not mean a whole lot for me right now, but that class is going to take off and it's going to bring residual income to my trust, and which means it's going to protect my kids and my grandchildren. So everybody, please think about that. Anything that's in your head that is important, that's intellectual property, or it's an asset. It's a financial asset.
Oh, I completely 100% agree on that. Tristan, I feel like, I mean, I'm trying to sound like I'm not patting myself on the back, but I feel like you and I have done a really good job with, okay, I'll pat myself on the back. Have done a good job with doing things like that, with packaging things that we're good at, right? I feel like, you know, I mean, Lab Coat Agents has led to a lot of great opportunities. And I feel like, you know, coaching, teaching. I mean, listen, everyone's a coach, so it has kind of a negative connotation sometimes. But teaching something valuable that someone else could learn from, like that first-time seller. Everyone focuses on first-time buyers. No one's really focusing on first-time sellers. Why not? You know what I mean? It's the same thing. They never sold a house before.
That's true. We've got Mauricio. What's up, Mauricio? Not sure if Tristan remembers, but my first deal with him was a referral deal. There you go. Right. What's up, man? Nice to see you. Well, my question to you, Grace and Karen, is you teach this stuff. Where do we go to find out how you can teach us as the agents? Do you guys have a website? Do you guys have a place that we can watch more of you, see more of you, engage?
Yes, we do. Do we have the little thing that your VAs can put up for us? It is the Rain Circle. So there we go. Yay!
There we go.
Woo-hoo. So really, and you know what we're trying to do is take all the knowledge that we've learned throughout the years to make it easy to find in one place. And there's a lot of, you know, agents, and I'm glad Nick said hustle is not the way to go. We're just tired of that word. I think that building something for our legacy, making sure that we pass on what we've learned the hard way, Karen and I, through a lot of trial and error, making sure that people know that there's an easier way, like trademark. I mean, it sounds scary. It's not hard. So all of that stuff that we've been able to get together, Karen's many years of so many leadership roles, I mean, we're hoping to build something that people can say, I remember that Grace Schiffman talked about this in 2026. And now 10 years later, look at where I'm at.
Well, I could, Tristan and I can say, you know, specifically about Grace, when she thinks of something, she goes all out. I mean, Lead with Kindness, that whole movement has grown substantially. You're still doing it even without us, which is fine. I mean, whatever.
I miss you guys.
No, I'm kidding. No, we miss you too. We miss you too. But that was an event that you would put together, and you're still doing it, and it's growing huge, right? Like, how many attendees are you having?
You know what? I think that I don't want to, like, Nick, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I think
go for it. I already did it to myself.
Thank you. My special gift is I see what is needed in a community, and I take steps because I know if I'm lacking that in my life, I know that other people must need it. So I think the only difference between me and somebody else is that I do try to build that community. Like for Hispanic leaders, we need something that is specific for people that look like me and talk like me and Tristan, you know, that we're able to communicate the needs of our community. For the military, the same. You know, we need a place for military spouses and veterans and patriots to come together and learn about all the different nuances about how to protect our military community. So Lead with Kindness was the same idea. You know, the industry had grown kind of yucky to me, I think, and we needed a place to be ourselves and to be kind, to make sure that we're with like-minded individuals and to raise a bunch of money, because we still raise a bunch of money. But thank you for that.
And what do you do with it? And what do you do with the money?
We always have, yes, we always try to, for in particular for Marne, we always look for a local military nonprofit to give money to. So we've given $5,000 to the Fisher House in Orlando. We've been able to, this time, Family Reunion in Atlanta. We've partnered up with the Cherokee Homeless Veterans Association, which are boots on the ground in Atlanta to help everybody. For Lady Leaders, we've raised money for
Dress for
business-
Success.
Yes, Dress for
Yep.
Success.
Mhm.
So everywhere we go, because we know that in our industry, we're the really fortunate ones. Me and Karen, Nick, Tristan, Stacy, we're the ones that are the fortunate ones, right? And we need to give back at every single place that we can in every single city.
Love it.
I love it. How do you stay organized with all of this greatness?
We have our strengths and we have our not strengths.
And you have virtual
it.
assistants.
Yes.
No, like Grace takes care of everything that has a detail because Grace was a military technical writer in her past
Okay.
career.
Yeah.
So details are her thing. I take care of like the business, the legal, the money, and we have our strengths. Like each one of us has a lane, and nurturing the relationships. Business is relationships. How you treat people 20 years ago will show up how you treat people in 20 years. And that matters. If you're not making it in the business, it's because you don't have the right relationships and they're probably not authentic relationships.
So if somebody scans the code on the screen and joins the Rain Circle, what are they going to get?
Us.
Oh,
I
well,
mean,
that's
like-
all we need.
Like, obviously.
Duh.
That's the greatest answer.
I can say from knowing both of them that take my money.
We should have led with that, Nick. That is going to be our answer from now on. I was like, that's so easy and great.
What does anyone get? What do you get when you join Lab Coat Agents?
Us. Why did I join? Because of you guys.
Duh.
That was awesome. Oh my goodness. Karen, you're
fun.
so funny.
No, but seriously.
We are launching, and the date is going to be released the next couple of weeks. We're launching a group coaching program. We've been running mini series on intellectual property, forming LLCs, tax, because there are people that talk about wealth at a very high level, but
Yeah.
there is that gap of missing for women that are saying, it's my turn now. I'm done raising my family. My kids are grown. What am I going to do? And how am I going to make it count for the last 20, 30, 40 years of my career? What do I want to see and what do I want to make happen? So we literally step by step walk people through how to create the life they desire in a short amount of time. I've wasted dozens of years making mistakes. So my job is to help people mitigate the stress, mitigate the pain and the frustration.
Hey, I have a
And Stacey
13-year-old and a
probably-
10-year-old. Can I be done raising my family yet?
Are they 10 and 13?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Goes by too fast.
Oh,
Enjoy it.
yeah. Enjoy it.
So the last thing I
I'm
was going to
trying. No
add to
kidding, I
that,
am.
Nick, is as Stacy knows, there's a lot of conversations that women probably are not privy to in a
Mhm,
lot of
mhm.
leadership circles. One of the things that we intend to break down is because a lot of us are afraid or have not been invited into those closed rooms. And so one of the things that we're really, really intentional about is making sure that women at all levels know the power that they have and bring those conversations, those closed door conversations to us. And I mean, and that's going to include, probably someone like Nick and Tristan being on and talking about things, you, Stacy, but we're going to try to break those barriers so that every woman at every level, especially as they get to be, in our age group, know that that we can learn and grow together.
I think it's super important that you mentioned that specifically about women. And Tristan and I, sorry, I clicked the wrong button. I muted myself. Tristan and I just restarted the Lab Coat Agents podcast. We weren't originally the host of it. It was someone else. But like, since we've been doing it, we've had Stacy on, we've had Jessica Lenz, we've had Marina Ariola, we've had Celine Hanna. So like lots of females in the industry. I mean, it's a female-led industry.
Yeah, very true.
You know what I mean? And I just feel like there's a lot to talk about when it comes to that.
I know he didn't
There's-
see that. He didn't see that we were doing this.
Can I drop a bomb, Nick? So this is
Oh,
this
sure.
is what I want. This is where Tristan and I would talk about this a lot in the last year. In society, men are presumed smart until they prove themselves dumb. Women, we are presumed dumb until we prove ourselves smart. And so it's I grew up, with all women, 5 girls in my family, and my mother and grandmother in real estate. And so the focus on women being able to feel a safety to ask questions, to raise their hand, to not feel less than, to feel stupid. You know, our programming is our programming. And so just moving past those hurdles to break it down in simple step by step and in a safe community in itself. There are women who have brilliant ideas and they don't have the support at home or don't have the means to get started. How can we get them on a plan one by one?
Love it.
Very important to us.
That's such a good point. Yeah, I don't know that we think about it on this end, on the men's side of things, but that is so true. You know, and it, you know, now that I'm thinking about it too, Grace, sometimes in some countries, in some areas of some countries, it's also your race. You know, it's interesting. I didn't think
Yes.
you made me think on a different thing here, Karen. Very interesting. Thank you.
So we thank you all for this opportunity to share about the Rain Circle, and we can't wait. We're launching here pretty soon. We've done a lot of prep work. We've done a lot of things, so it's going to be just an amazing group for women. I really do believe it.
Stacey, you going to jump in there?
I am. I'm excited. I also want to hear about lady leaders. I don't know any. I see it everywhere. I just don't know much about it. So we can do that offline. But I'm just very excited to get.
Yes, girl. Yes.
That's where Grace and I met and fell in love.
Yes.
Kristen, we can't join that one.
No.
Yes, you can. We allow some roosters in the hen house. We appreciate your support. Stacey, I'm gonna post a video that's very important to me about women and men, childhood programming, and we can talk about it offline and maybe do something around it with women because it's hugely important to me. Everyone should watch it.
Okay.
I love that.
Thank you.
Now you have a guest right here, Stacey.
We do, Stacey.
Hey, guess who we're interviewing tomorrow on the LCA podcast? Your girl, Tayley Hunt.
Oh my gosh, I love her.
I was her first coach.
She's awesome. I'm excited.
I
for
I
her.
was her first coach. So
She's
make
amazing.
sure she was the most coachable human. I mean, why she's successful is because she's humble and coachable. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
you're gonna have
Yeah,
so fun. You're gonna have so much fun with her.
And then her little accent is the most adorable thing I've ever heard.
I know. I can't figure out exactly what it is because it's like a mixture of 5 different accents, but it's awesome.
So something funny about aging, and we're gonna do a full circle moment from the beginning of this, was I went to an event that she was hosting as a speaker, which is funny. Like I was her coach, and now I'm like paying her to coach me. But I went to an event to be a speaker, and she's like, "Girl, I can't wait for you to meet my mom and dad. Like you'll get to hang out with them. I am older than her mom and dad." That's how old we are.
She's awesome.
And that's how young and successful she is. It's gosh, it's just a
That's
crazy.
I think
Cool.
it's because I'm
Such a good. Yes, I mean, I didn't even know that, but that makes complete sense. You
Well, I
two are-
found her on a group. I think I might have found her in LCA. She posted this challenge. I'm like, I want to coach that girl. And that's how we got in relationship. Like this is a very
Full
full circle
circle.
moment.
Yeah.
And people were like, take the call. And I was the first person she ever paid. And we got her trust set up, her LLC set up, her intellectual property. I helped her hire her VAs,
Talk about
And-
someone who's got reoccurring income with that coaching program she has.
She's
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, you know what?
Name
I'm
it.
going to tell you something. We were at dinner and she said, Karen, a year ago, you told me to start a coaching company. This is about a year and a half ago. And I did. And I'm making $1 million in my first year.
Oh
She's
my
amazing.
God.
I love that.
That's
We
like a-
love her.
That's
We
no
love her.
longer reoccurring. That's like a full-time job.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm proud of her. I'm so
Beautiful.
proud of her. She's like my daughter. So
Tristan, she's the one that has the stand store that you want to talk to her about, though.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to her tomorrow. It'll be
Kristen,
fun.
you need to learn everything about the sand store.
Yeah, Nick, I'm asking all the questions. Joke.
I have a bunch of questions.
No
I
coffee.
shared, I
No
shared
coffee
them with you.
tomorrow.
Why? My caffeine's
Dude,
wearing off.
I have a stand store. We have a stand store. If you have any questions, you can just ask us too.
Yeah.
Nick, are you in a murderer's basement? I'm concerned.
No, I'm in my office. What are you talking about?
Okay. I just haven't seen your office for a long time, so I was
It's
just
a new.
concerned.
It's a new. I moved. I don't live in the same house that I used to live in.
Okay.
We're going for the murderer's look, okay?
Yeah.
Does the murderer have a Batman picture behind him?
Well,
And
that
then
you
look
can't
above.
see that. It just looks like a door.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
I just
Okay.
look like I'm in a creeper's basement a little bit, but it's good.
Oh.
It looks great.
I
looks
like my
great.
walls.
Okay.
So this is like old friends, right? Sorry for everybody who's listening to this, but this is like old friends. We haven't seen each other in so long, and we just miss and love each other. So
Karen's used to like my flashing lights and comic books.
That's right.
True story.
I'm glad you said flashing lights. I'm glad
Yeah,
you
there'll be
said
no
that.
flashing lights in a murderer's basement. Well, my caffeine is wearing off, guys.
Okay.
Perfect
Okay.
timing. Perfect timing.
Right on
Good,
time.
perfect timing. Thank you
We
all
are
so
done.
much.
Stacy, Tristan, Nick.
Thanks for
thank
being
you.
here. Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
guys. Appreciate
Bye-bye, everybody.
you.
All
right.
Someone, Zach just said, Nick, what is Ed Gain's life in real life? I'm not a murderous crazy person. What, this is all Karen's fault now because she's used to my I have matured along with my background.
That's
This
right.
background, not like my personal
Batman.
Where's the He-Man? Where's the He-Man sword, Nick? The He-Man sword.
Oh, this is a fun thing that my kids got me for Father's Day.
Let me zoom in. Hold on. Let me switch you and zoom. There. Go.
It's all Lego action, like superhero action figures.
I love that a lot, man.
As smart as Iron Man, as strong as Hulk, as mighty as Thor, as cool as Batman, as funny as Spider-Man, as kind as Superman, as tough as Wolverine, as brave as the afternoon.
You know what though?
Cool.
All of those, all those characters are why women have unrealistic expectations.
They have
There you
what?
go.
Unrealistic expectations.
Unrealistic expectations.
Wait, I don't understand. What? Say that again.
And with that, we'll end. See you, Nick.
Or
I'm joking.
Superman.
We're gonna end with Nick not understanding what
Yeah,
Stacey's
that was
saying.
perfect.
That's why we need more women leaders.
Yeah,
I'm
that's right.
all for it. I'm all for it.
Not my
So-
audience. Sorry.
That was perfect.
This has been fun. So if you guys want to watch the replay, it's I think live right now on the Lab Coat Agents YouTube channel.
YouTube.
And it should be emailed out when they edit it together, make it look all pretty and professional. And yeah, thanks for being here. You could see like my caffeine is totally the caffeine doesn't really have much of an effect on me. It lasts for like an hour or two, and then it's like, oh.
You know what I was gonna do? Now that
What?
we ran through this, I'm gonna take the transcript from this, and I'm going to have ChatGPT create the things to do and how to implement this based on my business.
That's
what
a
I'm
good
gonna do.
idea. Yeah, take for sure. What was your biggest takeaways?
Oh my gosh.
Stacey, what do you think stands out for you?
Well, now I need to partner with a lender, get a mortgage license, start using the showing assistants, do a vendor list, and join the Rain Circle.
Join
So
the Rain
I
Circle.
literally these are my notes.
Wow, can
Holy
you?
cow.
Oh my God, Tristan, she's showing you up with your notes.
Damn. Stacey, take a picture of it and post it up on Lab Coats like my
Yeah,
notes.
send that to us.
Nobody can read them.
No, that's like doctor
Prescription
handwriting.
for-
Doctor handwriting. I'm a lefty. Nobody can read my notes.
Well, you're a lefty. My 10-year-old's a lefty too.
It's a problem, you know.
It's a
Ain't
problem.
never in hand and-
Well, Stacey, it's been super fun having you here. We should have Stacey on
Yes.
more often. If you
I
love
love-
Stacey, drop "We love Stacey" in the comments.
And if
I
you
love
didn't
it.
like me, don't say anything. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love having Stacey. You had such great questions. So thank you for being on.
Thank you,
Yep.
guys. I appreciate it.
See,
Stacey's always so
loves
excited
you.
about stuff. All right,
Thanks,
everybody, have a great day. Hope you took a lot of information from this and you'll go make something of yourselves.
Thanks, everybody.